Right, well, with that in mind, how much do you guys remember? Do you remember uh, much about the previous one? Because it's been a week or so.
Powerlines and Jock went and investigated a market and found out stuff.
Mm-hmm. Right. Meanwhile, Eriki and Pandora managed to get a audience with the Lord Militant, who they found out, among other things, he's a very angry boy. And there's not one Inquisitor, not two Inquisitors, there's five Inquisitors in the system, which is highly irregular. And he has demanded that that the two of them also work in his employ as well. Even though he understands that the Inquisitors do outrank him, he's not too happy with their presence. Yeah. Whether or not Reese and Pandora actually are going to give them their allegiance, well, that's to be seen. Meanwhile, Vera and Krug, uh, they uh, they asked around a fair bit, and they found out a bit more about the Forgotten Sons' presence. They are hiding in the underworld. They did try to, as Powerlines found it, they did try to sell off the STC, but the merchant they tried to sell it to was very much loyalist to the cult Mechanicus. Told them to fuck off. Then we're gonna peddle on holy relics. Then after that, they decided to try a raid. Didn't go too well. So now they've gone back down into the underhive, where, if I remember it, you guys were splitting up because you'd found it. There's the old cargo elevators. Then there's also the service ducts.
I think
If I'm not-
Powerlines and Jock and maybe someone else were going the sneaky way. And Powerline's ammo bearer Harlan will be with him. I think there was a third person on the sneaky team. I forget who though.
I think it was Vera, because she can do tech stuff to get you through whatever obstacles you might encounter in those ducts.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were with us or riding on the iguana frog.
Oh shit! I forgot to make stats for that. Fuck! Oh, it does matter.
I was
Oh.
initially riding on the iguana frog, but then we split up once we got down to the under area.
Okay, so that means it's Matt's Mad Max boy driving the iguana frog and then the two sisters with him.
Yeah, I think so.
Right. So, with that catch up, anything anyone wanted to add or change or adapt or?
I can't think of anything because we did prep before the end of the last session.
Yeah. All right, Duct Crew. What skills or talents might you have to help you navigate through an unconventional means of getting around with the underhive?
I have the slightly outdated map the tech priest guy gave me.
That's a good point. All right.
And I also have experience navigating cramped areas from Imperial Navy.
Right. So that map should and your experience will give you a plus 20 to your navigate.
Okay. I'll roll that unless Cease or Billy has a better idea.
Yeah, sounds good.
You say that,
Well-
but my intelligence is 28.
Also, as a heads up, your ammo bearer, I imagine him looking like Vinny from Atlantis.
Atlantis?
Yeah,
Stargate
the
Atlantis?
no, the best Disney movie, Atlantis. Don't tell me you don't know Vinny.
No, I don't think so. I haven't heard of a Disney Atlantis movie, I don't think.
To be fair, Disney's tried to bury it because, well, it was good.
Heck,
The 58, and that was 2 points off. I'll go and use the fate point to be rolled up.
Yeah, there you go. Saki knows who I'm talking about.
Nope, even worse. Power Lines in classic fashion has a. He's very confident that he does not know where they're going.
Right. As those three going on a bit of an unplanned adventure. We'll skip back to the elevator crew. The whole it's not really manned per se. There's a servitor up the top, and you're assuming there's a servitor on every floor, built into the walls. Servitors, for those who don't know, they are because the Imperium is scared of artificial intelligence. They tried it once, it turned bad. So they say, all right, fuck it, we're not doing that again. They lobotomize people, turn them into effective cyborgs, and use them as machines. Sometimes that's just them being built into walls as a glorified terminal. That's what's happened here. So yeah, there's no one to stop you. You can. There is on the panel that's attached to the servitor. There is a point where there's scratch marks around the buttons. Likely a bit of an indicator that you can only go so far before it gets dicey. If you remember the write up for this place, this hive has sunk into the earth, so the lower parts are pretty fucked. The parts that are well underground. Right, so you're gonna go a little bit down. You're gonna go all the way down. Well, all the way that you can. Are you gonna try to be brave and try some of the marked levels? If you guys are talking, I'm not hearing you.
I haven't said anything.
That knows. Did you change, Psyche? Did you change your Discord settings for your new headset?
did.
There you go. I heard someone there.
Hello?
Yes.
There we go.
Hello.
Sorry.
Were you talking to? I thought you were still with the other two.
Well, remind me again. Who's part of the elevator
One
crew?
frog.
I think that's Ian.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then we're still missing.
Matt, which hopefully you'll be here soon. But you heard the description of the service elevator.
You might
Uh-oh.
need it again. Sorry, I honestly thought you were talking to the other guys.
No. Well, it started with them, but they're going on a bit of an adventure because Dave fucked up his navigate. So while that's happening, because it's going to be a while before you
I
get to
haven't
those guys.
trained, I swear.
So we're skipping back to you guys. The service elevator, the cargo elevator, it's unmanned, save for the servitors built into the wall. Now, as a reminder, servitors, because the Imperium of Man refuses to use AI, although they do kind of, but they don't know that. They lobotomize and turn unfortunate people into cyborgs to do basic functions. Sometimes that's like they have autonomy. This, in many cases, they literally just built into the wall as a glorified terminal. Which in this case, yeah, there's looks like there's a servitor built into the wall at every level you can go to on this elevator. And on the panel where the buttons are next to this particular servitor, you can see after a certain point with the floor levels, uh, there's scratch marks all along the panel. Likely that's to indicate that anywhere along those levels is structurally dangerous. Because if you remember the law for this place, this hive did sink into the earth. When it did that, naturally the lower levels in particular got really fucked. So, are you going to go a little bit down and try to explore your way in, or you want to go balls deep, straight down as far as you can go, or are you going to go even balls deeper and try to go to one of these dangerous areas?
Baby steps.
No worries. All right. The first particular level that you can get to is still quite a ways down, but as you start going down, you can get a better view of the underhive, which is effectively a city within the city within the city. Yeah, it's reminds you of your childhood growing up in one of these hives. Since you both are from this world, yeah, it's the horrible smells bring back memories as well. The sounds of gunfire, the sounds of revving chainswords, the sounds of my fiance making noises behind me. Yeah, and as effectively think Los Angeles but underground. Did I say that now? As you continue on down, as you get to the bottom, the floor you're heading off to, the doors open, and yeah, there's a pack of ruffians standing there. Looks like they were going to shake you down. They think twice when they see that you've got a fucking iguana frog with autocannon strapped to it. They naturally give you space to pass.
I'm just like, sup, homies? I'm going on my way. Now shake them down.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, Eddie, you got to stop Reese. Or
Pandora tries
I am
to
not
stop
present.
Reese.
all right, try a strength test.
I kind of think
Oh.
Caroline's would help on that.
It's
Depends
just
on
a
his mood.
Both,
1d100.
yeah, both of you roll D100. See if you can get under your strength.
I was looking what my strength was.
Oh Jesus!
Pandora hulked out.
Oh, I did too.
There is
now we
a
have to see-
great struggle going on right now.
what was your strength figures? We have to see who had the greater victory.
41.
Mine's 33.
All right. Reese opens her mouth, holding her hand up to, looking like she's about to curse rain and thunder upon everyone. Then all of a sudden, the hospitaller just grabs onto her, just tries to pull her back. Elbow to the ribs. Then a few punches traded, and eventually Pandora manages to get Reese under one arm and just hauls her away, like she's a bit of luggage.
That's not
Nothing
fair.
new.
Oh, you are short, so
She is shorter than Pandora. She's like pocket size.
All right. So he managed to get on past, and this fight was enough to get these people to scatter.
See, you're welcome.
They're not only armed with an iguana frog with autocannons, but they're also crazy enough to fight each other just on a whim. So yeah, in the underhive, you respect crazy. All right. As you go through the service tunnels a bit, you get to a ramp that leads down towards the underhive in general. Now, I'm sure you've seen like those necromantic clips I've been setting up. You know what the underhive looks like on average. You can imagine that. Massive areas of industrial zones, many of which are completely and absolutely out of order, out of function. There's stalls set up in certain areas for stalls and whatnot. There's tough-looking ruffians all over the place, looking like they're defending territory. There's not hide nor hair of law enforcement to be seen, either regular enforcement or the arbiters. So you've come down into the underhive. Your objective is to try to find the Forgotten Sons. What do?
Would we have any idea of what exactly the Forgotten Sons and stuff look like?
You do indeed. They have short hair, which is very uncommon for this hive in particular. The trader that Paradise was talking to even referred to them as little baby men. Only children here have short hair. Might be why they've got a bit of a lice problem here. Anyway, beyond that, they don't have any marked like sort of uniform or anything like that, which in itself stands out because all the underhive gangs do. They have their colors, they have their themes. Yeah.
Alright. Would
They
any of these little assholes down here remotely look like them?
You're not seeing anyone, at least where you are, in the street area. You're not street, quote unquote. Yeah, no one is. Well, yeah, they're obviously not going to stand out in the open. Some figures of note. You've got the merchants selling fuck knows what, and as you're familiar with hives, you know just don't ask where the meat came from. Never ask, or even worse, where the mushrooms came from. Yeah, you've got the stalls. You've got the local gang toughs, which in this case they look like. Anyone here see the Warriors? The old '80s movie. Actually, it's no
Yeah,
'70s
it's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
I've never seen it, but I know what it is.
I love that movie.
It's really good.
I'll see if I can find an image for you. They look not unlike these guys, except in purple colors instead of red. And long hair, usually tied up in a man bun. Which, as someone who doesn't like man buns, it takes something for me to say. Those are the main. At least in the area you're in, you can either move on, try to find someone better, or you can try asking the gang members or not asking, dealing with either the gang members or the people working the stalls. Well, I suppose you could ask a random citizen, but it's the underhive. They're probably going to pull a piece on you if you get too close.
Right.
As an image of the Warriors thing. And for the record, no, the one on the right is not one of the Warriors.
I figured. I guess Pandora goes to one of the stalls and asks as discreetly as possible. where she might be able to find someone
Uh,
associated with these people?
do you have any sort of talkie-talkie skills? Apart from Intimidate, I'm pretty sure you've got that.
You know what? I actually don't have Intimidate.
Oh, don't you? Oh, yeah, that was David that's Intimidate.
I have Charm.
Oh, Charm. All right, you can try that. Charm is a charisma-based skill. Do you have that just trained, or do you have...
I have it known.
So you're
Alright.
just rolling your fellowship.
Yeah.
Because this is your home world, and because you're not a full-blown sister, you haven't had that beaten out of you yet, I'll give you a plus 10.
So I roll a 1d100. Ah, fuck me in my butt.
Right. So I'm guessing that's
You
a
can always
fail.
use a fate point.
That's true.
It's a fail by 1 point.
Well,
And I
do
failed
you
my
want
2
to try?
points earlier. Dice are haunted tonight.
We have a thing.
Yeah, I will use one of the points and try again and hope to God.
Let this tower music inspire you.
It didn't.
It did, the tower dickheads. Alright.
I guess I fucking fail, Charmin.
Alright, as you ask, the merchant just scoffs a bit and says, "Ugh, the arbiters are getting even lazier these days, aren't they? I mean, what are you, fresh recruits? Got at least try to act like you belong here."
Pandora's eye twitches.
Aiki, Reese, you wanting to step in and do something before Pandora burns things?
I come up with my hand on my gun to try and intimidate.
Do you have Intimidate as a skill?
Yes, I do.
Give me a roll.
It's like I got to beat a 40, maybe?
40 is your strength. Yeah.
No.
Uh,
I'll try re-rolling there.
you got to spend a fate point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, go for it.
There we go.
There we go. It gives you the same sort of dismissive look as when you put your hand on the weapon. He starts with, "If you think this is the first time someone's tried to," then he trails off a bit when he notices what the pistol is. It's a bolt. I'm guessing you put your hand on the bolt pistol you
Yeah.
picked up recently. He pauses, looks at that a bit. All right. You're saying you want to know about these short-haired little bitch boys?
I just gestured to Pandora to take it over.
Pandora sighs a little bit, but then goes, "Yes. Information, location, preferably."
He looks a bit towards the gangers nearby, who aren't really paying you that much attention. They're more worried about someone coming in and fucking blasting. Then he looks back at both of you and says, "Can you, if I tell you, can you at least pretend to be more discreet? Talking with arbiters is death here. You understand me?" He's still convinced you're Arbites, or at least Arbite recruits.
Pandora just smiles and goes, "Well, you're dead either way."
He looks a little bit more concerned about that response. All right. Fuck it. All right. He leans in a bit closer and just says, as quietly as he can, He says they've been passing through here on and off all day. Stay here for a bit. You'll likely see one of their groups come past.
Pandora would at that because she doesn't tend to care too much for the waiting game. When was the last time a group passed by?
I'd say about 8 hours ago. Look, I spend most of my time here. I get up, I shit, I shave, I come here, I do my job. I go home, I shit, I shave, and I go to bed.
That's a hairy son
What?
of a bitch. Time to shave. Time
I was waiting to see if someone would point out that. Might be a bit of indicator, might be a bit of a mutant.
Pandora would snort a bit and go, "We'll add bathing in between there somewhere, but thank you."
The local water? Oh, no, thank you.
At least a horse bath of some sort.
I left that life behind me long ago.
We are done here. And Pandora turns and walks away.
Alright. I think that's a good point to jump back to team vents. Alright, let me just do a roll here. See where you guys have ended up. Oof.
In the Lord Militant's bathroom.
with the way Paralines navigates, he's gonna just, it's like, oh, it's this way for sure. Next thing his head comes out of the door. It's like, the fuck? This place looks fancy. Right. With that, what's the both Vera and Jacques to do their awareness checks.
An awareness check?
Yep. See if you're paying attention to where the fuck Paralines is taking you.
I don't know my.
Power Lines has started reciting prayers from his Imperial Infantryman's Handbook. It's always a good sign.
Billy got a 37. I got a 56.
Is 37 enough for a pass? Actually, hang on. I should have his character sheet somewhere. Rather fitting for the Cop Mechanicus music to start, where you're getting lost in the depths of a mechanical hellhole. No, 38 would not be enough for him. He's got a perception of 35. All right. No one notices, really, because this place is kind of disorientating anyway. Oh yeah, Jacques is taking you down quite a way. He's down. It's not long before your progress is halted by the sounds of with the sounds of what seems to be a some form of explosion as the passageway, the mated passageway in front of you, just implodes, and bits of machinery and what looks like some sort of blue heated energy just blasts all over the place. As you take cover, nothing too much else comes through, but instead you're hearing the sounds of a protracted battle on the other side.
Can I roll awareness to get an idea of how many are fighting?
You can indeed.
Okay. I rolled a 1.
Oh, Jesus.
Where was that
Three,
one earlier?
Yeah, before you got lost with the depths of the underhive. All right. Yes. You can tell from the sounds they're all using very varied weapons. You can hear auto guns, you can hear las guns, you can hear a plasma gun, which is more than likely what caused that explosion. You're hearing the very familiar sounds of a heavy stubber. Yeah, it sounds like there's at least 13 to 15 combatants. It seems like you've stumbled into a gang war.
All right, I have an idea. If one of these sides aren't the groups we're trying to find, we could try and recruit them to fight them.
Okay, you're going to have a bit of a peek at what's happening out there?
Jacques is our stealth boy. So if we can have Jacques do a stealthy roll to peek his head around without being seen.
Oh, he'll try to look without being noticed, yeah.
So give me a stealth check.
He rolled a 5.
Bloody hell. All right, he peeks around effortlessly. There's indeed a protracted battle, as Powerlines predicted. If there's indeed 13 people. 6 of them look like, well, 13 that are still up and able. There's a few bodies. Some of them definitely dead. Yeah, it's hard to be alive with half your torso missing. 6 of them are the ones I described before, the ones who look like a purple version of the warriors. The others have much more of a Crocodile Dundee kind of vibe to them. The broad hats with the teeth of various mutant animals, strapped to the band, big fucking knives strapped to their belts, and yeah, turns out it was one of them who had the plasma gun. You can
Is he
tell
still
because
alive?
I was just going to say, as Jacques is watching him, you hear a noise of just whirring, just building up and up and up, coming from that plasma gun. The guy holding it looks down at it, concerned. Next thing, him, the gun. Oh, we lose someone?
Pandora.
Oh. Hopefully she'll be back soon. Yeah, the whole lot just disappears in a blinding ball of blue energy. That fucking exploded on him. Plasma guns are unstable the best of times. Underhive plasma guns, yeah. You're not going to have much of a life expectancy there.
Can I see any way to get past the gang war, or we have to go back into the vents? Hopefully.
You probably could guide them past. You could get them out of the way, or you can continue on through the maintenance vents. But one thing is for certain: you guys are definitely well and truly deep into the underhive. Between the fact that the gang walls are this violent, that they're using plasma guns, and now that you can see outside, yeah, you can't even see where the top of the underhive is, where the underhive combines with the middle hive.
What do you guys think? Do you want to try and recruit one of these, the Crocodile Dundee guys? Or do you want to just find a way around?
We're currently fighting to the death, so I don't think we'd be able to recruit both sides. We could try to recruit a winning side So I say we either stick around and recruit the winning side, or we just keep sneaking to the vents.
Which side appeared to be winning? Was it the Crocodile Dundee? I didn't get how many were left of them.
There were 7 of them, but now 6 because the plasma gun guy just exploded himself.
6 and 6. Does it look like it's going to be again over at times?
Wasn't hearing you there. Oh, I'm actually talking to you. Billy there.
No, does it look like it's going to be getting overtime soon?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you there, but yeah, you're very quiet. The rate it's going, yeah, it's probably has if you've got 10 minutes of it left. Probably even less, because typically these gang fights don't go to the death. They go until one side decides, yeah, fuck this, and they retreat.
Do you guys just want to wait it out?
I would say we just keep sneaking through. I don't really want to get involved in the middle of a gang war. We could end up making more enemies than we need.
Fair.
All right. Let me just determine this will be fully at random. All right, so
I don't like all those 2s and 1s.
Rolled a 2,
What
5,
the
a 2.
Oh, those are D10s. I was
those
worried those were
D10s.
D100s.
Yeah, don't you worry. I'm actually only after odds and evens for this. That's
I was worried 4 NPCs just rolled a 1 and 2 on something.
the Dundees. They lose 2 of their people, but they manage to kill 3 of the others, which then eventually retreat. So you've got 4 Dundees left, picking over the remains and seeing whether or not any of their fallen members are still alive. As the Necromunda music starts up.
Jacques, do you want to... I don't know if it'd be a stealth roll to, like, lead a way for us through here without them seeing the rest of us?
Welcome back.
You guys got me?
Yep.
I hear you through Cecilia's.
All right, so David, you want me to lead you out, but we want to go past, like, on foot outside of the vents, right? Is that what you're saying?
Well, you're the stealthiest one, so I fear it'd be best for you to, like, find a stealthy way to lead Powerline and Vera out.
Oh, shit.
Okay. And I rolled a 4.
That's a 4 out of D100. Sorry, so I was just a little sidetracked, just hearing from Psyche, her system crashed. Hopefully she'll be back in a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, Zach just rolled a 4 to get us through.
I apologize entirely. You might have to repeat that last part for me, because I was seeing to like checking on Psyche.
Are you muted? Hey, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Amazing. Okay, my system's finally up. I rolled a 4 as a stealth check in order to lead everyone out of the vents and past the fighting. Stealthily.
That's what you wrote. You rolled a, what did you say, a 5?
4.
A 4, Jesus.
Yeah, with a D100. Been getting lucky with those last 2.
Alright, no, the gang doesn't even hear a scuff or anything. Like, with that sort, you managed to even stop Vera from from grabbing at random screws and whatnot on the ground, to make noise against the metal. You are absolutely silent as can be, and you managed to get past them entirely. All right, this far down in the underhive, there are no shops. There are no. Hello? Ah, excellent. Yes, sorry about that. I'll catch you up on what's happening in just a bit. But yeah, you managed to get the pass. Yeah, down this far where power lines are taking you. Like I said, there's no civilians, there's no stores, nothing of that. There's ancient machinery as far as the eye can see. If any of you have spent any time in a hive, or at least have heard hives, which I imagine, Jacques, as a rogue trader, you've seen enough hives. Down here, this is where the vast majority of the fighting happens. This is where the gangs fight over their territory. This is where they where they hold on to industry and other things which the poor bastards who are stuck in the underhive need to live. You are well away from civilization down here.
Hey Bard, does the environment we're in match up with the picture of the STC that we were shown?
It's you could definitely say that with the architecture, and bear in mind that this place is so fucking ancient, the architecture does differ from place to place. There's definitely a very similar architecture to where you saw the images of the STC.
All right, well, we're in the ballpark.
Out of curiosity, I don't suppose you remember your like you said you failed by 2. Was that your navigate? Was that your first or your second?
The first before the reroll.
And how bad was the reroll?
I think it was 60 something.
Okay, so not that bad.
So it would have been like 20.
Never mind. I was seeing whether I could twist something there, but no, it wasn't that bad of a failure. All right, so that's
Do I
the
need to
situation.
roll navigate again to get us on track?
Might be an idea. Through the navigation, you can pinpoint a rough idea of how old this part of the hive is, and you could use that to cross-reference with the map the tech priest gave
I got
you.
another one.
All right. You managed to figure out.
I was looking at the wrong map. Figured it out.
Paladine starts looking at the map again and says, I don't know where I went wrong. Jacques sighs, takes the map, turns it around, passes it back to him, says, okay, I see what happened. Now that the map's the right way up, yes, you can pinpoint exactly where you are, as best as you can tell, best as you can for a map this old. And yes, you are well and truly well below where team Iguana Frog would be. Iguana Frog, sorry. Where Team Iguana Frog would be. You are effectively cut off from them. But yes, if anyone wanted to disappear, this would be a great place for them to do so.
Is Team Iguana Frog within microbead range?
No, but Vera might be able to help with that. So there is still power down here, and some of the cogitators still work. Would you? Vera could, if she wants, try to patch on through. See if she can send a message up to a relay up there, which will then can be picked up by their microbeads.
Is that's a tech roll, right?
That'll be a tech roll.
Yeah, 73. So just barely. I needed under 80.
Right. Jesus, 80. Fucking Christ. All right. Team Iguana Frog, while you're stepping away from the merchant, shaking your head at the idea of having to wait, you hear very faintly, very scratchily, but you hear a voice coming through your microbead. Microbead being, of course, your earpieces.
Hi up there. I
Pandora would
think we're lost.
Pandora would tap and go repeat.
Hi up there. I think we're lost.
We're not lost.
You're lost. You have power lines.
Look, in my defense, they didn't label which way was north, which by definition does not make this a map. It's a drawing.
I choose to believe they did, but they use it. But they marked it in one of those really obnoxious calligraphy style scripts. So it's like, that's an N. I thought there was a W.
Your voice that came through?
You're sounding a bit muffled there, Pandora.
Sorry. I was like, was there a voice that came through there? Or no?
You're still a little distorted. Is your mic close to your mouth, or?
No.
There we go. You sound a bit better there. So
Does it
repeat.
sound better now?
Yeah, do.
Okay.
Alright, so you're leaving out cussing at power lines?
Pandora's not going to acknowledge him. Because clearly he can't read. It's amazing he can shoot a gun the proper way, in the proper, position.
He explodes stuff real good, though.
Yes,
I've
he
come up
does.
with lots of great plans, and they've never gone wrong so far.
So far.
You're just mad that
It's
you
like-
can't say the same.
It's like it's a plan made by a ferret that somehow magically works.
And it's working. You acknowledge it's working.
By the grace of the Emperor, it's working.
By the way, we're probably in the vague area where the STC thing is located.
And how do we get there?
Vera probably could send you the Florida for you that they're on.
All right. Do you guys have a data slate or something I can transmit to?
Well, before you come down, I was thinking maybe it'd be better for you guys to investigate, try and find a lead of where it is specifically, since there's more gang stuff up there. Because it's just like fighting down here. There's not people to talk to, really.
You could try to go to a gang controlled area, but they will fucking shoot on sight.
Yeah, Pandora realizes this. And that's why she flat brows at this idea.
No. I mean down where power lines is. You can talk. You can communicate with the gangs where you are, but down there where Davis. No. That's where the serious territory is.
Right.
If they see you and you're not in gang colors, they shoot. Yeah.
Looking at something real quick.
I mean, currently you're in gang territory now, but because you're minding your manners and you're actually
Sorry, I sequence broke the hive.
I was tempted to take you on a complete fucking different adventure, but I was like, yeah, that would probably take too much of a tangent.
I can't say much because I have made entire adventures out of tangents, like the theme park.
Yeah. Well, I thought about it, but I was like, oh, I like the idea of power lines having Mr. Magoo luck.
It's worked so far.
Right.
Like I said, I made a backup character already because I know he's gonna die. Because when it doesn't work, it's gonna not work really bad.
All right. So, as Pandora and Risi, are you okay with this plan, or?
We don't have anything better other than to stand around and wait for something.
Well, we only have 24 hours before the Mechanica starts storming the place.
By this
Or
point,
maybe
the
they could
quest is
just
pretty
join
good.
us down here, and we could just go full wrecking shop. I don't know.
But
Well,
the
we are
thing is,
currently
we don't really have a
down our
lead for where to wreck shop
actual.
down here.
You had several people talking there. So, start with Pandora first.
I can say we are also down a player that controls the iguana frog that's just kind of drooling behind us at this point.
And as you're saying, Dave?
We don't really have any leads on where to wreck shop down here.
Yeah.
So we'd just be flying
What if-
blind and killing people.
What if they were to recruit some gang members to try to get them on our side, give us an in?
I'm anti-recruiting gangbangers right now because we have the 80s dance troupe and a bunch of Australian cowboys. You can't rely on those.
Without Australian cowboys, you wouldn't have the Screaming Cowboy God. That was Jimmy Barnes, an Australian singer.
Yeah, we could just have them continue to investigate up there, and then we can just continue to stealthily investigate here. And we don't know what direction we're going, so we could just go any direction. I'm sure power lines will be able to help us navigate.
I rolled a 1. Look, as long as we decide where we're going in this instant, I can get us there. Just don't ask anything after that.
Well, that one would have lasting benefits because that was a critical success. So that will come back into play. Don't you worry about that.
Yay.
And much as same way if you roll 100, that's going to come back multiple times as well.
How about power lines just takes us deeper and deeper into the hive? Because there are 2 gangs here, and we're looking for that mysterious 3rd gang. So if the territory here is hotly contested, they might not even be in this exact area. We could just keep pushing further.
So what if we just started trying to track other groups of people that are freshly around?
Okay. I mean, we can pick the 80s dance troupe or the Australian cowboys, and I can try to backtrack their trail.
The Cowboys are picking over the battle they just won, and the dance troupe just ran for it. So I think following the dance troupe would be better.
Okay.
Because they're more mobile right now.
Wait, so where does that leave the sisters and iguana frog team?
They're still up in the more civilized part of the underhive. They could get down to you guys through the service elevators, but yeah, so far they're still mulling over the idea of whether or not they should stay up here and try to find more information for you guys or not. With that critical success, Powerlines did, he can make a pretty good map of the area, and he can definitely identify places of interest as far as the gangs are concerned. So yeah, he could find where old foundries used to be, where areas where what's it called? Not quite greenhouses, but yeah, where food could be grown. Hydroponics, perfect. Where food and water can be found and grown. Or
sorry, the hydroponicarium. There we go. You have to get that 40k spin.
Yeah, I like that idea. We could just scout points of interest until we get a little bit closer to what we need. And then once we either pinpoint or fail to pinpoint based on the points of interest, we can call down the heavy hitting crew, or we can just hang out and observe, whatever seems best.
Okay.
One thing, as Vera is poking through the cogitator, one thing she's found out though is she can't get comms to the outside. If Martellus and the landship are in trouble, you won't be able to hear it from here.
Can't team Iguana Frog here?
No, because they are also in the underhive. They're not as deep down as you guys, but yeah, outside communications not possible down here. Not with that some serious, Mechanicus grade bullshit.
Well, I'm sure everything is perfectly fine and won't return to the broken out, burned ship.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
I mean, we're already committed to being here, so. Team Iguana Frog, while we're down here, could try chatting up the gangers up there. If you guys
The group
are
with the
feeling
least amount of social abilities.
it. You have guns and someone has Intimidate.
Just be your normal, charming self. What could go wrong?
I'm
The whole
hoping-
place gets set on fire.
I'm still not seeing what's wrong here.
Fair enough.
Look, worst
Yes.
case, you have an Iguana Frog with 2 autocannons on it.
That we can't control.
I have faith in your scrounging abilities.
Alright, while he's not here, I'm going to give the person who probably thinks the most like Matt here, Dave, you can have command over Krog. I'll send you his character sheet.
Okay.
Yeah, has it been? They said that there'd probably be another group of people we're looking for up there pretty soon. Have they been by since we found the Crocodile Dundee group, slid past them?
Good question.
Yeah, because Pandora's been trying to keep an eye out for short-haired baby men.
And I'm not going to have you roll your perception on this because it's a pretty obvious trait. If he can't spot short hairs from a crowd of long-haired people, something's gone wrong. Either that, or they're very tiny.
Right, midgets.
Yeah. All right. As you're talking with Vera, you do see a gang of men matching that description. Their armor is mismatched. They have no gang colors from what you can see. It's a mix of flak armor and animal hides and other shit. Equipped mostly with auto guns. There's a few shotguns there, and at least one grenade launcher. Yeah, they come marching up to the lift, and they take one of them down.
Pandora would try to tap on her ear comm thing majigger. And relay to the other team. We're following them. BRB.
Wait, following who?
Them.
Okay.
Right. So, I'll better explain the shaft a bit more. It's, as you can imagine, you've played GTFO, I'm sure.
Uh-huh. I still have nightmares.
So you remember that massive shaft you get dropped down?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that, and the personnel lifts go all the way around. So they've taken one, but there's plenty of others to choose from. So that's not a problem at all. You can go in with them. They go down, 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 down. Worryingly, they go past. I imagine you're hitting like each floor, and as they keep going, you hit the next floor. So you keep going with them. Yeah, they've gone into the dangerous area. Yeah, where the markings have been scratched. And yeah, looking through the open areas around you on your own lifts, yeah, the architecture it's obviously collapsed partly in on itself here. And it's kind of shocking if the lifts can even make it down this far. And they keep going. And they keep going. Finally, they come to a stop, and it's roughly at the same level that that Vera had contacted you from. All right. This is deeper than anywhere you would have been, even when you were growing up at this hive. This is the area where you go down here, you don't fucking come back if you're a kid. Although many still came down anyway to try to make a name with the gangs, to try to be recruited. The gangs are better described as well. They operate not unlike they do in Necromunda. They're not houses. They're not great houses like in Necromunda, but they operate like clans. Each clan has multiple gangs. So the warriors type, the dance troupe, as Billy described them, they have multiple gangs. They can ally with each other, but they don't typically see eye to eye. Same with the Dundees. Same with the other gangs. But yes. All right. So are you going to try to trail them as they move on?
Crag has stealth.
You can try
And I
that. You can
suppose
try.
the two sisters have stealth.
Well, he has survival, doesn't he?
Yeah, I don't have stealth.
Yeah, good luck with that.
All right. A bigger question is Craig does have survival, doesn't he?
Yep.
All right. Give me a test on that. See whether or not you can keep tracking them.
Okay. Let's see. I need 50 or better. I got 9.
Jesus Christ, boy. All right. You have no problems keeping up with them? All right. Tell you
Do I
what.
need to roll stealth for them to not notice us?
Yes. I'm gonna let you roll for the team because you are also trying to keep a iguana frog from being spotted. So
Okay.
yeah, give me a -20.
Okay.
Lucky dice don't fail us now.
I'm gonna fate
I'm sorry.
point that 99.
Oh, Jesus.
Just gonna fate point and pretend that didn't happen.
Yeah, good call. Well, thank you.
40, which is still a fail, but not a 99.
What'd you get, sorry?
I got a 40 and I failed. I needed, you said -20?
Yeah.
I need 22.
Right. They of course notice that they're being followed by a big creature. They turn around. They can't quite see where you are. So one of them says something you can't hear from this distance to the guy with the grenade launcher, who unslings it and starts firing in your general direction. All right.
Can Crag hold on? Can Crag use survival to make great dragon whoops to scare them off like they're sand people?
Yeah, make the roll. I'm not going to promise a success will help you, but make the roll regardless.
Look, I've known Crag for all of one session. I think this is within his character.
It feels like it is.
I can hear Matt. I can hear Matt making that suggestion himself. So yeah, I'm okay with this. Again, I'm not going to say a success will help, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I'm gonna fate point that because I want to see what happens. I got a 3, and I'm out of fate points with Crag. Totally worth it.
Right. Well, the 3 helps actually because while they're not intimidated, because they've
Crag
got a fucking grenade
starts
launcher.
making really weird, like iguana frog, but like dragon sounds. He is whooping and hollering, and it does not sound nice.
In this moment, Pandora would lean over to Reese and go, follow suit.
Alright, I want you to also make survival. I'll actually give you give me a base perception roll. Actually, yeah. Give me a base perception roll because you try to intimidate him. Don't worry if you don't have survival as a skill, because you're basically adding to this.
Am I rolling perception too?
Oh, I fucking.
No. You did that with survival.
Okay.
All right, let's see how Reese goes.
You can always fate point it.
I'll lean in and say, don't bother. This is last bits for comedy.
It's totally worth it.
What am I rolling against now?
Perception. Yeah, and Dave, you already did that with your survival skill.
I'm sure I'm gonna get this. Yep.
Yeah, Pandora's not trying very hard to follow suit. She's like, woo, woo.
Both Reese and Krag are making like retarded velociraptor noises. doing quite a good job of it. And Pandora's just like, whatever. Anyway, they're not intimidated, as well. Again, they've got a fucking grenade launcher, but the sounds reverberating around the place means that they have a hard time figuring out where you are. So,
just as planned.
So the first shot from the grenade launcher goes wide. It's you're even out of range of the shrapnel. After taking that shot, they turn around and they just fucking bolt for it.
Well, let's keep following.
I guess we're gonna ride the frog and follow.
Ride the frog. This is starting to turn into some sort of drug PSA message.
Right.
Whoever has higher ballistics should ride in the gunner seat.
That's Reese.
Kids, this is what happens when you lick the back of toads.
Do I need to roll anything for pursuing them?
You did very well on your survival, so I'm going to let that pass for a bit more. But give me two more survival rolls.
Okay.
Because you're trying to keep up with them.
91. 6. These dice are all or nothing. Jesus Christ.
It's
Right.
It's either you take everything or you're left with fucking nothing. Jesus.
Yeah.
Right. I'll let those two balance out. It's difficult. At one point, it almost looks like you lose them entirely. But you have to keep track with them just enough. Reese's not getting a good angle to shoot at them, though.
Can I use my operate for driving the Quanta Frog? To help out with that?
Yeah, I'll let you give me a roll of that. Let's see how that goes.
24. That is agility. Yeah, that's good. That's 2 or 3 degrees of success.
All right. You've managed to give Reese one window of opportunity to open fire. Reese, do you open fire with your big ass fucking autocannons?
Of course I do.
Twin linked autocannons.
Jesus, I forgot that twin linked. Give me a ballistics test. D100 underneath your ballistic skill.
Damn.
What's with the dice? Jesus.
Yeah, and it's both physical and digital dice too. I'm sure you noticed.
Yeah, because mine are either fucking me real good.
Right.
Or working.
Do you need the stats for the autocannon?
I would appreciate that. Yes. I was looking at that, but yeah. This book's that big that it's lagging freaking Adobe. Because Adobe can't fucking code for shit. Much appreciated.
Well, that's how copy pasting from Excel works. Interesting that it works.
Alright, so Reese, roll me 3d10.
Well, wouldn't it be 60-10 because it's twin linked?
Okay, yeah, that's actually not a bad point. I was going to have it roll
Actually,
twice.
was it burst or single shot?
Well, with that roll, we'll say it's burst. Fuck it. So you have hit 3 times. So give me.
So that'd be 9? No, wait.
That'll be
12,
6
18.
rolls.
Because it's 3d10 times 2 because of twin linked, and then you got 3 hits. So it'd be 6 times 3, so 18d10 plus 8.
Well, we'll sort out the first shot, so give me another 3d10. And yeah, fucking hell, those dice. The first guy you hit, he just fucking disappears. You don't even see where the meat goes.
It fried.
It's just like he is just blood mist.
As this is happening, Crag continues his great dragon whooping.
The iguana frog joins in.
He knows good things is happening.
Give me another step. Well, you can probably up it to 60-10. Make that a single attack in its own right.
Oh God, I gotta do. There we go.
Is the other team hearing strange muffled sounds of whooping?
Sadly, there's still some distance away. The second guy goes down. He's technically not dead, but yeah, with his legs looking like that, he ain't gonna do too well. All right, and give me one last 60-10. Actually, no, wait. I'll take that back. The guy you shot before. No, actually, I'll give that description to this one. This one would still be technically alive. I forgot to add, because you also get plus 8 per each, which would be plus 16 because it's twin linked. So yeah, that second guy shot. His grenade pack goes off. So give me a second.
There's the Obi Wan crate dragon sound in case you forgot just how awkward it is.
Oh, this is like the second time you've brought up the. Oh wait, you mean? For a second there, I thought you were talking about episode 3.
No, that's a different animal sound.
70s auto tuning. You can still hear it's just a guy going. Woo! Right.
That's true. It could be the special edition version.
Yeah. The grenade's going off actually cooks the third guy who was injured on the ground. Right. With that, you've still got about 2 more that are still alive, but they are running even fucking faster now because they just saw 3 of their colleagues get turned into liquid.
Don't forget the whooping.
And the whooping. They are kind of convinced that they're being chased by an actual demon now. Like from the warp demon. Give me another survival check. Pandora. Is Pandora doing anything before we go any further?
Sighing a lot and pinching the ridge of her nose when she's not holding on to raging iguana frog for dear life.
And I have to ask, is Reese also making iguana frog noises while she's turning people into chutney?
Yes, I was.
That's partially why she's pinching the fringe of her nose. Because I can imagine Reese's making these noises, smiling the happiest she's ever been, and just blowing people to pieces.
All right, so Dave, you're probably keeping track of the ammo. So yeah, that'll be 6 shots expended,
Okay.
3 from each autocannon.
And that has clip of 24. Okay. I love it when it's random weird numbers like that.
Really, an autocannon holds 24? Fuck, where does it hold the ammo?
Yeah,
Like,
I
I've
guess.
seen the models. It's Jesus, fucking 40k. Right. Anyway, so yeah, give me another survival.
Okay. 68. That is a fail. I think. Let me check.
That sounds a bit
Let's
like it.
see. So it's tier 2 perception. Yeah, you needed 50. That was 68.
Alright, with a smaller group, they do manage to get away from you. You don't know if they hid and let you go past, or if they actually managed to go down a side tunnel, or what happened. But you've lost track of them. Vera, give me a tech use check.
$14, and I need it under.
Jesus Christ, these dice. While you're filling out on the cogitator, you do pick up a trio of microbeads coming into range of your own microbeads. You no longer need the cogitator to reach them.
Sorry, so those microbeads, they're coming into range, as in like they're being worn by people, and I'm seeing that, or they're just microbeads you have now?
As in they're close enough that you can contact them with your own equipment. You don't need the cogitator. You don't need this computer you're using anymore to contact.
Excellent. Gotcha.
Pandora would try to contact the other.
It's scratchy, but it does sound like as if they can hear you.
Hear Pandora over the hooting and hollering happening. We may have found them.
This is Team Vance. What's your emergency?
I'm surrounded by idiots.
En route to your location.
Thank you.
Shoot, that was a joke. Are we actually en route to their location? I shouldn't have said that.
You're the captain of the ship.
The
This
ship's
away
above
mission?
ground somewhere. All right, so what's our plan, Team Vance?
For becoming monkey.
Do they need our help?
You are far enough away that you can't hear the whooping and the noise out other than through Pandora's microbead. For as far as you can tell, it sounds like she's near some damaged piping. The steam is making all sorts of noise.
So,
So
Vera, you want to
what
ask
are we
her if she
doing?
actually needs our help?
Do you need our help? Or do you want us to stay put? Where do you want us, Vera? Or
Pandora.
Pandora. Her name is Pandora.
I'm still watching the monkey video, but
It's pretty glorious.
Yeah, I'm there with you.
I was like, that's the session so far, is that monkey video.
all right, Pandora, where you want us?
Well, I'm just
Pandora
I'm
sounds like she's having a
updating you.
panic attack.
She's having problems.
right. Well, if they don't need us, we can always slink back through the vents. It might take some time, so maybe we'd be better served.
Reese has disintegrated
your
at
help.
least 3.
How many are
Do you
left?
know which direction the others were going?
Best if the three of you roll survival, see if you can figure out where they went. Actually, survival or awareness? I'll let you use awareness if you have that instead.
Is that the team Iguana Frog?
Team Iguana Frog.
Okay. Let's see. You said survival or awareness?
Yeah.
Don't make it.
Perception is 40.
Pandora's too stressed out trying to fight off this this anger-induced migraine.
Pretty
Crag is still wooting and is unable to.
Does Reese notice anything?
I'm still happy to be firing, so.
roll a 1d100 real quick, hun.
Nope.
Yeah, she's still just firing away.
Power Lines has the map he figured out. Can he like look at the map from where the Team Iguana Frog was, their direction was, and then try and puzzle out which direction their people were fleeing to?
With your natural one you had before, yeah, you could figure out where the cargo lift is, and figure out cross-reference with that with where you are, the direction that this lot must have been traveling, the Team Iguana Frog must have been traveling, and you've got a basic idea. Out that way is a warehouse, which is likely gang controlled. There's a hydroplanarium, and it looks like what was once a bunker of sorts, a pre-heresy shelter. What's in there? Fuck knows. Beyond that, there's a lot of nothing out that way. There's a lot of damaged old facilities which are not worth holding on to. There's nothing there. There's chemical pits, chemical sumps, all that sort of thing, and plenty of garbage. If you want used condoms, you can probably find a lifetime supply. I think.
I'm surprised they even have condoms down here.
So it's not used for people. Oh, that was terrible.
So where do you guys think we should go?
I imagine you're also going to give Team Iguana Frog directions to get to, so you can meet up.
Well, or we can meet in the middle, or just meet at one of these places, or split up again.
I think we should scout out that area that is our main point of interest right now. And then if they need help, we can always backtrack and get to them. But if we at least scout out where we're going, we have an idea of what we're going to do next versus if we bring them down here and end up going somewhere different, or we bring them down here and they start another giant gang war.
Well, they're already down here. They're just not next to us.
Yeah, we're lower than you guys.
Not that you guys are on the same level.
Okay.
Right, you're
Are
on
we
the
the
same
same level?
Yeah.
Oh, we're on the same
Yeah.
level. Okay.
Power Lines clearly took these guys on a hell of a detour.
We
Yeah,
ended up
I mean, in
exactly
that
where
case,
we
I
were
would
supposed to
scout
be.
it out.
My God, Power Lines are standing archer. Arsus is ready to do everything, and somehow it works out.
So, are we seeing any NPCs in any of these 3 areas, or no?
Well, if you're going to go have a look, yes, you see more of the Dundee types at the warehouse. The Hydroplanarium, which is a stupid name, but that's 40k. That's got a different group. These guys look very much more Mad Maxy style stuff. including bad hair, whatnot. And the old shelter. From the look of it, it looks like infrastructure collapsed on it a long time ago. You're not sure if anyone's in there or not, or even if there is a way in.
Were the ones with bad hair the short hair bitch boys we were looking for?
No. No, their mohawks are long and luxurious. And by luxurious, I mean the split ends on them would make probably make Jess cry, actually.
I think scouting out the that abandoned, broken down place seems the best because we know the people we're not looking for are at the other places.
I agree.
Sounds good.
So what are we gonna do? Are we gonna meet back up and reform the party, or are we gonna stay split up?
I said we just have them hold tight until we scout it out, and then call them forward, because maybe there's a way they can sneak around, or maybe they have to come up to the front gate, but we don't know because we haven't even seen it.
Meanwhile, while you guys are deciding what to do, Vera gets a buzzing in a microbead. After a while, she hears faintly, but she hears a familiar booming voice. Captain, can you hear me?
The captain is replacing her microbead.
Sorry. I'll repeat that when she's back.
I am back. Please go ahead.
Yep. While everyone's deciding what to do, Vera, she hears a buzzing in her microbead, and after a second or two, you hear faintly, but you hear a familiar voice. Captain, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Who is this?
It's your old friend Martellus. I was kind of glad I could get here. It took quite a bit of working, but well, never mind about that. I'm just curious though. I'm getting a lot of chatter. Apparently, the gangs down there saying that there's a haunting there. There's a demon host loose. I don't know what the truth of that is, but keep an ear out for me, could you?
Absolutely. We will keep an eye out for the demon haunting. No idea what that is about. Sounds crazy. How's my ship?
Oh, fine. I actually managed to find a better spot to park it. Actually, it's strangest thing. It was a bit closer as well. So if he needs support, I might be able to send someone in to pick you guys up.
Abandon our airship?
Oh
Excellent.
no, I will be staying here. Don't you worry. I have means. I've been on this planet a long time, lad.
Where's this other place you found to park my ship?
Oh, never mind about that now. I can't say too much over the comms. I don't want to risk anyone listening in. But the main reason I called you is with this demon host. It's probably nothing. It's probably just more pipes bursting or something and making stupid noises. But yeah, expect the gangs to be more willing to work together. So if you're down there, if you're in the underhive, if you're in gang territory, be cautious. They're not going to be very pleasant towards outsiders.
Well, thank you, Martellus. That is excellent information. We'll bear that in mind when we talk to these gangs and see if you said they're more willing to work together. So maybe that'll work to our advantage. Thank you.
Well, I've told you what I needed to, and I've just about burnt out this cogitator. Best of luck, and I hope to be hearing from you soon, Captain. And with that, the connection is cut. Whether he did it himself, or if indeed his cogitator burnt out, you'll have to find out one way or the other.
Guys, he stole my ship.
He adjusted your seat.
he took out the cup holders. The bastard.
As long as he leaves the dude in the locker.
I thought we sold him.
Yeah, he did.
Did we sell him?
When we get back, we can put another slave into the same locker, though.
Reese has a slave we can abuse. It's okay.
Oh, wait.
Dave's MLO just started to sweat a bit with all this talk about just shoving random servants into lockers.
2021 year of the bully.
Well, 2020 was the year of being bullied, so about time we turned it around.
So I guess Team Vance is going to scout out the wrecked place.
Yeah, I think so.
You said it
I
was
can
a
try to
shelter
sneaky
that was
stealth
run
my way
down.
there.
Say again, sorry?
You said the place was a shelter that's run down.
Yeah, it's an old pre-heresy shelter. You don't have any active records on what it's been used for since. It's probably been abandoned. But as you get close to it, you can see infrastructure has collapsed on top of it. If there is a way in, you're going to have to look for it. For the newbies here, because there's a fair few of you, pre-heresy means, of course, back one of the big turning points for the Imperium was the Horus heresy, when the Emperor's favored son turned on him and effectively fucked the Imperium to the point that it is what it is now. That was about 10,000 years previous. A lot of pre-heresy information has well and truly been lost. And a lot of it can still be found deep within a lot of the older hives.
So, what would we roll to look around to see if there's a way to get in?
Awareness.
Awareness, yes. And so far, just Team Vince there, or did you call in Team Iguana Frog?
Team Iguana Frog, what did you want to do?
There was plans being made, and at least 12 got thrown out. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not totally clear on what your group's plan of action is.
Apparently hooting and hollering and murdering people.
That's the life.
Need guidance.
You guys, Team Iguana Frog, should maybe relocate and cool your jets a little, because I would imagine the gangers are start going on a demon hunt now.
If there's any left to do that.
I think there's a lot left. You only killed 3.
I can keep going.
I like your ambition, but
I'm gonna fate point that.
Meanwhile, Reese's played around with a data slate and started playing
Roll
hillbilly
for
music.
perception.
I failed my awareness.
I did too.
Right, and Vera, did you find anything?
So I got double zeros and a 1. Is that 100 or is that a 1?
That's a 1.
Okay, I got that.
Yep. If you get zeros on both dice, then that's 100. All right, Vera fucking ninjas her way around, scuttles all over it like Smeagol. Finds a few bits of junk that she does like a little bit of a jig off because she likes the look of. But yeah, after a bit of a scuttle, she finds several places to get in. One of them looks like it's been recently used.
I say we sneak in with the not recently used way.
Jack, you want to stealth us in? Sure, where you feel most comfortable?
Yeah, I'll sneaky stealth my way in. And I rolled a 54, and I needed a 60.
Right, as you start pushing this door open, the power to it's been lost some time back. The door, at least. You don't know about further in. You start pushing it. You try to do it as subtly as possible. Next thing, just that nails on chalkboard, just scrape noise. It echoes all across this section of the underhive. If anyone's inside, yeah, they probably heard that.
All right, want to call team Iguana Frog over? Because we're
need
probably not
adult
going to be alone
supervision.
if we are alone for much longer. Yeah, we need adult supervision.
We need adult supervision.
I'm sure between the 5 or 6 of us, we can form one reasonable adult.
Maybe a somewhat reasonable teenager at this point.
I think Team Lost and Loud needs Team Angry and Loud.
I like to imagine, as the hooting and hollering is going on, they've somehow managed to put this music on.
So should we go in and continue on into the bunker place while they're coming up to us?
Yeah, I say we continue on.
Let's go. So we go on in there. What do we see?
As you get the door properly open, it's a stairwell leading straight down. As you head on down the stairwell, you get to what looks like what was once a processing area. Yeah, processing people coming in and out of the shelter. It is full of refuse. It is full of garbage. It is full of all sorts of shit. You also actually no awareness checks, all of you.
Ooh, I got a 17.
5.
Do you need the degrees on that?
No, that'll be plenty, especially with the 5.
Has to.
All right. As you're looking around a bit, you hear a very faint whir. You look up, what looks like a roof-mounted turret comes down. There's no servitor attached to it, unlike the one up at the Administratum. So this one might be remote controlled.
Has it already spotted us?
It's doing a sweep now.
Okay. Are we in a position right now where we're obscured from view, or do we need to dive for cover?
You probably better hide amongst all the garbage. So that'd be a stealth check.
Okay.
I pass.
Mm-hmm. Right.
See,
Jacques
that
becomes
was
one with the refuse.
39. Agility. Okay, I pass.
I fail. 62, needed 41.
Both Jacques and Paralines managed to dive into the crap and managed to make themselves indistinguishable. For some, it's easier than others. Did I say that now? Vera's looking like the fuck. Next thing, it's definitely trained on you. You hear through the speaker on it. It's like, fucking muties. Get going before we open fire.
All right, Vera is going to assume as non-threatening a position as possible, subserviently try to wriggle into some garbage as well.
As you start to try to wriggle to the garbage. So no. I know you probably don't speak low Gothic, but no, you out. You don't get to stay. This isn't your home. You don't get to shit in the corner. Leave.
While this is going on, is the camera of the turret pointed in a way so it's at her and not at where Powerlines and Jacques are, so they could like sneak back around it to go deeper in?
Yeah, you both succeeded by a considerable margin. So I'd say you're out of sight of the camera.
Why don't she go outside and wait for Team Iguana Frog while we go deeper in.
That sounds good. Vera will go ahead and scuttle her way out the way she scuttled in, and wait by the entrance.
All right. Once she's out, the gun gives the area one last sweep. Then, as it extends back up into the roof, you hear the operator cursing, "Fucking hate the hive." Well, I'm at it. Give me a second. I will need to make a token for Matt, won't I?
For a background image?
For the actual combat stuff on it. I'll give him a basic one for now. Alright, so that's the stairwell, and you are in here, in this area. There is an exit to the west and the east.
So this is the stairwell going down in the room we're going into?
Yeah, this isn't in scale with your characters per se. This is we'll go to a separate map if there's combat or anything. So this room is probably about 20 meters by 30 meters. I don't know what that is in your horrible methodology. Give me a second.
I want to roll awareness to spot any cameras or turret thingies, and I guess Jock should roll stealth.
Yes, you could. All right, you can see where there's mountings for servitors to be put up on in camera positions, but yeah, the flesh has rotted a long time ago, so they're effectively non-functional. Would explain why the turret was manually controlled rather than having a servitor on it.
But there's a potential that these could be manually controlled as well.
That is true. Right, with that in mind, the cameras are in both southern corners. There's a good chance that if they're operational, they would have seen you already.
So where we came from is up the stairs to the north. That's
Yep.
where the previous tower was.
Yep, and you've come in from the north. There's exits to the east and the west.
Okay, I'm gonna try to sneak up and check to see if the exits to the east and west are open, and if I can peer down them to the west.
They are indeed. The door mechanisms have been they've been unpowered for a long time and been left open. Give me a second. This one seems to lead. Now they both look like corridors, where there are sections to the south for security officers. Again, this looks like it was part of processing back when this used to be a shelter. By shelter, I don't mean like homeless shelter either. I mean like if things have gone to hell, get people into a shelter sort of thing.
What do you think? Power lines keep sneaking on?
Security offices might be where the camera station or turret stations are.
Yeah, I'll see if I can sneak up to the security station on the west side and sneak in and see if I see anyone or anything in there.
On the west side?
Yes.
All right, give me a stealth check.
I am taking a fate point. I just rolled a 98.
Yeah.
Don't want that. And I rolled a 58, so I passed.
Right. I was just going to say, if you kept with the 98, the Lord Militant all the way up at the top of the hive would be like, the fuck was that? So you manage to sneak up, and yeah, sure enough, there's two people there sitting at cogitators. They look very much as you've heard the descriptions. Short hair, mismatched gear, and yeah, they're currently talking about how these muties just seem to be getting uglier and uglier. Muties, by the way, are of course slang for mutants, which are incredibly common down this far down in the underhive.
All right, then I'm going to sneak back on over to power lines. Power lines, what do you think? Should we try to bring the others in, and then when they get to the turret, maybe we can throw a grenade in to that security office and ambush them? And then we can bring everybody else in, or do you want to keep sneaking on deeper?
I almost feel like we should take this opportunity to get in deeper while they're not paying attention.
All right,
I don't think we have a way to silently take them out.
No, I was just thinking once the rest of the team comes in through the front door and they have a tense turret standoff, we just throw it at the controllers, but no harm in looking. So I'm going to go off to this east corridor and also try to sneak and see if I see anybody in that east security office.
All right, stealth again.
Use another fate point. I rolled 1 over. Oh, God bless America. I'm going to use my final fate point.
Okay, when do you say God bless America? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Is that like when a Southerner says "bless your little heart"? It's like, no, that's an insult.
Yeah, I guess it's more like a bless your heart.
Yeah.
Or more like a Shazam. But I also failed this one more miserably than the last. I rolled an 85, and I was shooting for 60.
As it turns out, thankfully, this security station is completely abandoned. But yeah, as you kick a can, you hear power lines. He is from the other security station. Ah, shit! I think that mutie's back. All right, I'm guessing
Power lines is going to hearing that gonna run silently-ish and grab Jock and get him into the empty control room so they're out of the view of the turrets. You don't need to roll anything for that.
Yeah. Since you're, do you have athletics or acrobatics?
I have both.
Athletics in this case, to see if you can not only get to him, but get to him without kicking any more of the refuse.
Okay. Oh my god, fate point. So many 90s and so many zeros.
Yeah, I feel you.
46, that is strength. Oh my god, I failed by 1 point. There's some shenanigans going on tonight.
You do manage to get Jacques into the. Jacques
Can I roll a acrobatics to like at the last second, like dance around another can?
I'll give you an acrobatics, but I'll give you a -10 because you have already failed your athletics.
Okay. Oh my god. Fate point.
Oh, did we lose
Last fate
again?
point. Cecilia dropped.
Ah, oops.
37. That's a pass. And I'm out of fate points.
All right, you
Blessed
managed
dice tonight.
You managed just by the fucking skin of your teeth to manage to get Jacques in without any real noise. Once again, you hear the turret whir into action. It swings around and around. It's like, well, not hearing anything. It probably ran past. It's like I mean, better let the others know. Keep an eye out for an ugly little shit. Turns out these guys aren't as appreciative of Vera's looks as Rashad was.
Is there any turret controls in this room we're in? What's in here?
In there's an old burnt out cogitator, and there does appear to be one that is barely functional. You want to try a tech use? I think as
Sure.
Navy, you get tech use.
Yeah, I have tech use. Do you have tech use? Billy?
I'm checking right now. I don't have tech use. I can't find my intelligence. What does that mean? That's a bad sign, right?
That's bad.
Found
So
it.
just the way you said that. Just the way you said that. I can't find my intelligence.
I don't have tech use, but I'm like super smart, bro.
Well, probably best to see if Paramount can get it done first.
I had a 33 and I needed 28.
Jacques, your turn. Holy shit, your intelligence is that low?
Yeah.
Well, it suits Paramount, if I'm honest.
I've had thoughts of raising it a little, but effort.
I like it this way.
So way it's meant to be.
Yeah, I rolled an 87. I am not smart enough for that.
As far as you could tell, you can't seem to get it past the Windows logon screen. Meanwhile, Team Iguana Frog, you're coming up onto the target, and you witness a familiar sight waving its arms at you. That familiar sight is, of course, Vera.
Oh, thank God, a sign of intelligence.
Oh,
Welcome to the clusterfuck. All right, so what have I missed? You guys just came upon the bunker?
Yeah, the Team Iguana Frogs just arrived.
Excellent. So, guys, there's a turret in there. It made me leave. It saw me, but the other two have snuck in. What do you want to do?
We're not very good with the sneaky sneak. We're better with boomy boom.
I
And
wish
also
you the best of
whooping.
luck.
Lots of noises.
What was that, Reese?
And I wish you the best of luck.
My work here is done.
This entrance would not be big enough for the Iguana Frog to come down. But the Iguana Frog is tame enough that you can leave him outside without too much trouble.
Will he eat anyone that tries to steal
Probably. He seems to have taken a real liking to Krag.
him?
Krag has sung the song of his people.
You know
Reese
how
is
they say that
also
pets
in
look
the
like
book.
their owners?
Yeah. Meanwhile, seems to be a little standoffish with Pandora, because Pandora does not appreciate the song of his people.
All right, let's try to. Do you guys want to blow up the turret? That's what I'm hearing.
Because he can't take the Iguana Frog, and that does mean you will have to leave the autocannons outside.
Yeah, what would you blow up the turret with? You have a bolt pistol.
Bolt pistol and hotshot las, I can imagine, would fuck it up pretty quick as well.
What does Krag have? Cleaver and an auto pistol.
You just destroy them because they're a lot softer than turret.
I heard you say something, Billy, but you were very quiet.
There are two dudes in the office that controls the turret, so we don't need to blow up the turret because these guys are a whole lot softer, so we can just attack them.
The turret is back up in the roof. They've already sent a warning to their colleagues that there is a mutant somewhere in the facility. They're not too worried about it because it's just a mutant, underfed, usually inbred, and usually too mutated for any real intelligence. That's your typical underhive mutant. Well,
And
Good,
ours
good
is
thought, better,
smart captain of a ship.
How far
also don't know-
away is the
Also-
other
oh.
office from where we are? Is that you said that wasn't to scale?
That wasn't scan now. That would probably be about. You're gonna have to compute this. I'd probably say. I said this room was 20 meters wide, so I'm gonna say 30 meters there. Which, I've got a converter open here for you.
30
30 meters
meters.
is 98 feet for you primitive people.
That's a lot of feet.
That's what she said. Looking at someone else's OnlyFans account. That's a lot of feet.
Billy, what's your sprint or run rate? Mine's 48, so I can make it across that room.
What's it based on?
That's a good question.
Because my agility is 40.
So your half movement is your agility bonus. Full is twice that. Charge is twice full. And run is twice charge.
So,
Did that make sense?
based off of feet though? Or
No,
off
it's
of
in
'Cause
meters. Let's stick to meters, because that's what our stats are.
So if it's based off of meters, you're saying I can charge across, but then they'll still have a turn, right?
Well, hold on. You said room is 20 meters, and then from our room to their room, it's 30.
What if I just run in through the hallway and throw a grenade? Because I should be able to do that.
You do have pretty
Because
good
I might be able to
ballistics.
run across and throw a grenade, and you can give me one of your frags. And actually, I already have some frags with me. I have 2.
Yeah, I gave you some
and I
frags.
I have 2 frag grenades with me, and I also have 3 psychotrope grenades. So if we're not confident a grenade will kill them and stop them from using the turret, I can throw a psychotrope grenade in there and make things very interesting.
You know, I'm kind of leaning towards the psychotroke one, because that's also kind of stealthy.
Well, it doesn't have a massive bang from the.
It's as stealthy as 2 guys losing their fucking minds can be.
That's a good point. It's like would you rather the sounds of someone screaming about bugs in their skin? Oh, actually, there's idea. I need to look up the bloody hallucinogen chart, don't I?
I'm in
What is
favor
the
of
range?
this.
What is the range SP3? Because I'd like to not psychotrope grenade myself. What does SP3 mean?
Strength bonus times 3 is the range.
That's how many meters you can throw. So your strength bonus again is your tens figure. Which
You can also give the grenade to me because I have good strength and ballistics.
So in your case, I will look at your character sheet here. So your strength is 35. So your strength bonus would be 3, because that's in the tens figure.
Okay, and then my strength bonus, so I can throw it 9 meters. So I should be able to run across and throw it myself, but what is the range of the actual grenade itself? Like, what is the radius? Oh, it doesn't say. It shouldn't blow up on me, right?
No, unless it bounces
grenade-
off the wall.
Yeah.
Let me look up
Okay,
that
so
grenade.
really-
It's in one of the books.
I'll give you a grenade and power lines if you think you're better able to throw it. Because I've
My
got a
s-
range of 9 meters to throw, and my agility is 40.
What's your ballistic skill?
40.
Yeah, I think I'm best with it.
All right, I'm gonna give power lines 1 psychotrope grenade, and in my other hand, I'm gonna hold out my open hand, kind of insinuating that I want something in return for it.
Power lines all. Let's see.
Oh.
I will give. Do you want a crack or a frag? Crack is the anti-armor grenades.
And frag is anti-personnel.
Yeah, crack.
Okay, so now you should have 2 frags and 2 cracks. And 2 psychotes.
Sweet.
Give me a second, I'm looking up the that grenade. I think it's in enemies within.
What, the hallucinogen grenades, was it? Or is this a different one?
Psychotroke, it's page 44 of enemies within.
Ah,
Psychotrope
okay.
grenades release a pungent, sweet-smelling psychoreactive nerve agent considerably more potent than typical hallucinogen grenades. The special nature of the gas means that even environmentally sealed armor offers no protection.
Oh, Jesus.
Respirators and sealed armor grant no bonuses against these grenades. For every degree of failure on a toughness test to resist the grenade's effects, add +1 to the roll, maximum 10 on hallucinogenic effects. These grenades disperse a cloud of psi-refractive particles thought to have been created by a byproduct of whatever. Any psycho... That's psycho crap, don't care. Okay.
No one...
It's Blast 3, Hallucinogen 4.
Oh, Christ.
Sounds like a winner.
So there's normal hallucinogenic grenades, and these are those, but on steroids.
So do your roll. You said hallucinogenic 4, which means they get a -40 to their resist. If you get them.
Yeah, so strength bonus times 3 for the range. Mine is 4, so 12 meters?
You might need to go through the room, because that's 20 meters wide, the room itself.
Let's see.
The turret is back up in the ceiling. You just have to make sure you don't alert it again.
Okay. So should we start with an athletics or an acrobatics roll to run down to get it in range?
Okay, you're just going to bolt it, are you? You're not going to try stealthy?
Well, I mean, I can
I
try to
suppose-
stealth it, but I don't have the stealth skill.
Well, I suppose that if you're throwing this, it's not going to matter whether or not they hear you or not. They're athletics. Go athletics to see if you can get there as quickly as you can. Because one way or the other, even if you miss the grenade, they're going to hear the grenades.
Okay,
Detonate.
athletics is a pass. I got a 40.
Right? So you're in range before they can really react.
Okay, so now it's ballistics to get it into that room.
Yep.
Oh my god, 82. That's a fail. So now we need the scatter.
Ah, fuck this thing. Alright, so... I really need to get these books physically, don't I?
That's why I got it. I have scatter here on page 230. So I roll a d10. Four.
That's it. Alright, that's still going to be in the room, so I don't think we need to worry about distance.
Okay. So it's in there.
It's in there. Right. So that's...
And as soon as he throws that grenade, Powerline is booking it back to the other room because he doesn't want to be anywhere near it.
Alright, so it's... They both fail, because they get a -40 thanks to the strength of the hallucinogen.
And for
Yeah,
every
so-
degree of failure on the toughness, you add +1 to their hallucinogenic roll.
Oh, fuck me. So that would be... Alright, well, one's definitely going to be fucking tripping balls, I can promise you that now. Alright, so I need to find the hallucinogen bit again.
This place doesn't have running ventilation, does it? Please say it doesn't.
No, not to any real degree.
Okay, good. I mean, I kind of wish it did, but...
The smell is enough there to show you that if it does have ventilation, it's not doing its job. Alright, so... Found the chart. Yes, that should be 7 and 9. All right, first one. The character believes that the gas is toxic and collapses onto the floor as if dead. He counts as being helpless. Other characters who see him die, well, that doesn't matter. All right, so one starts gasping for air and just collapses on the ground. The other, this is one, Saki, you need to listen on to this. This has you written all over it. The character believes he has shrunk to half his normal size, and everything else is big and frightening now. All other characters count as having the Fear 3 trait to the character. So as the grenade goes off, you hear the coughing and the gasping, the sound of someone collapsing on the ground. Another one of, oh shit, what's happening to me? Why am I so small?
I don't know what that grenade was, but I think it worked.
Yeah, I'm gonna give power lines some knuckles or a high five, and then I'm just gonna start like peeking out of the security office down to the west and east and see if I see any movement, and then I'm just gonna post up and pull Overwatch off to the east.
You're one of my favorite effects. The character desperately tries to remove a massive fanged worm he thinks is slowly winding its way up his leg. If holding a gun, he shoots himself with it. Or if not, he hits himself in the leg with whatever melee weapon he is holding. If the character is currently holding no weapon, he draws a random weapon from what he carries and attacks himself with it. So in other words, you can have someone blow their own leg off to try to kill an imaginary worm. Yeah, the hallucinogen grenades are pretty fucky at this. Alright, so repeat again, sorry. I was still busy reading what sort of shit was in that.
I just gave power lines a high five, and then I peek out into the corridor and see if I can see anybody coming.
Not at this stage. The sounds of the shouting might attract someone in time, but the sounds of the grenade going off is much less than an actual explosive grenade. So that doesn't seem to have had too much of an effect. People are too busy trying to. You're guessing they're too busy trying to find this errant mutant that was reported to have gone past.
How long does it take for the gas to disperse so it's safe to go in there?
Give me a second. Just getting cool. We're gonna have to let Saki go because she's just continuing with a bit of an emergency. So she's going to get that one sorted. In the meantime, we could probably keep going with things as is. But yeah, the moment we get to something Pandora related, we may have to leave it for next time.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
No, you get that sorted. That's important shit. Besides, next week we should be getting back into it. Sorry, you guys have been kind of sitting there. There's not much room for.
Hi.
Hopefully you had fun with sending people to miss. Yeah. But you get that sorted. That's important. And I'll catch you later. Just got content from Matt. He just asked if it's worth him jumping in. All right. So yeah, you've effectively down the turret. Are you going to let Team with Grana Frog know?
I mean, yeah. Now is their chance to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't go into that west corridor.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a danger zone for a while. Especially with the lack of ventilation.
Is there another, like, does the end of this corridor down here to the right go elsewhere?
Yes, there's a large door 10-meter wide door leading southwards. Now, I feel.
Power lines will get on the microbead and tell the Team Iguana Frog that they can get their way in now while they have a chance, and the control room that Power Lines and Jock have been in is safe for them to hide out in.
Alright. Hello, Matt. Alright, who wants to tell Matt what's been happening?
Is Matt here?
I think I just heard him pop on.
I don't see him on the list. I see him online now, though.
Oh, who did I hear you pop in then? Well, anyway, so Team Iguana Frog. Reese, Vera, and of course, Craig. I'm guessing you're going in?
I guess Reese is the voice for Team Iguana Frog now.
Yeah.
At least until Matt gets in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reese, yeah. You've
May
just
the
been.
odds be ever in your favor, and I'll wait here.
I say again, sorry.
Said, may the odds be ever in your favor, and I'll wait here.
I know the turret's down. You can come in if you want to.
No, I'm good. Good luck. See you guys later. Yeah, I'll go in.
Hello
Oh,
there,
there's
Matt.
Matt.
Look,
There, apologies, I'm late.
no, it's all good. It's been a bit on and off. We've just had someone have to leave for a bit of an emergency. So we got limited time anyway, but we figured out you could hear what's happened. Who wants to tell them the tale?
Well, I was driving Crag, so
Yeah.
we
I figured
went
Dave
into
was
the
closest to your mindset.
we went into the underhive in pursuit of the gangers, and then they noticed us and started shooting. So I had Crag start making crate dragon sounds to scare them off, and now they think there's a demon host in the underhive.
Awesome.
Well, I'll explain in a bit more details. If you remember, all of you split into two teams. Team Fence, being led by you know who, got hopelessly fucking lost and ended up deep within gang territory. Team Iguana Frog, on the other hand, you guys managed to get to the upper underhive, talk with a few people, find out a few things. Then you started tracking down a group of this bandit clan that you're after. So they spotted you, tried to do a run for it. That was when the crate dragon noises came in. That didn't scare them at the time, but they confused them enough that they couldn't figure out where you guys were. So you managed to avoid a grenade attack. Pursuit happens. Reese on the autocannons managed to turn 3 of them into liquid, and the other 2 managed to get away.
Why do you sound like you're in a stadium?
I think I might be on a speaker there.
Fair enough.
Sunday. Anyway, from that, everyone's like using the cross-referencing where they're headed. You guys now they're to 3 different areas, and it's currently a old pre-heresy shelter, which is what you see on the on Roll20 here. They've just managed to hallucinogen gas the guys operating the turret, watching the front door.
That should be interesting. Wonder what kind of old-timey technology we'll find in here.
Actually, I think I might know what's happening. I think Matt is also broadcasting through Roll20. I'll just turn you down on Roll20 completely. Speak again.
I wasn't saying anything important. I was just saying, it's pre-heresy. I wonder what kind of interesting technology and whatnot we'll find in here.
Oh yeah, I used up your 2 fate points getting the crate dragon to work.
Oh, that's fair.
It was totally worth it.
If you're getting the echo on Roll20, go to Craig Hack, turn his volume all the way down because he's broadcasting through Roll20. That's why you're getting the stereo effect. So you're hearing him in both Roll20 and in Discord.
Yeah, sorry about that. If there's a way to turn my voice off and Roll20 from my end, I couldn't find it.
Oh, it's the cog in the top right of the Roll20 page. And then, where is it? Scroll down that options page to I want to broadcast to others and I want to receive from others. It's just set both of those to disable.
Perfect, thanks. Is that any better?
Yes. At least on my end. Alright, now with that turret down, Team Iguana Frog is free to go in, but the Iguana Frog has to stay outside. A bit too much of a big boy. Especially with the harness on, with a pair of autocannons.
It's time to do this hand-to-hand style.
Do the stealthy boys want to go investigate that, wherever that goes to the right there? And I will suggest to Vera that she check out the turret console that we couldn't figure out earlier.
Oh, can do. Sounds fun.
Tech use from Vera.
Pass?
Alright, looks like you have to do a little bit of repair work, but cannibalizing the other cogitator, the broken one, you managed to get it working. It probably won't work for more than a couple of days at most, but it'll do you perfectly fine. Yeah, from what you gather, you can't access the turret from here, but you can access the floor plans. And give me a second. Move that out of the way. That is about as much as you can get of the floor plans. By the look of it, this passage here, it looks like it's primarily a barrack section, beds and that sort of thing. At least that's what it was back in the day. What it is, no one today. Yeah, the system has not been updated. Here is an armory. Here and here are administratum offices. This here is the. Oh yeah, I'll let Dave. In.
What was the other ones?
These two are administratum offices. So admin. This one's the overseer. And this one is main facility, so cargo facility. So storage. That is about as much as you can get for this cogitator. Right. Anytime you try to go any further, you get a 404.
Gotcha. Oh. Sorry. So I missed it. What did these guys look like? Did they look like they were part of any particular gang?
No, the only identifying factor is their short hair. Beyond that, their armor is a mix of flak and animal hides and clothing and all that sort of thing. They look pretty ragtag. But yeah, they're not part of any sort of underhive gang. They're a bandit clan from out of the wastes. Which is why they're kind of out of their element here. Why their attack on the marketplace that you let last time went so badly.
No, they seem to be the guys we're looking for, at least.
Yeah, I'm gonna sneaky boy my way up to this corner on the east side next to the doorway. Is the door closed?
The door is closed, yes, and it is powered.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can stealthily open it or peek through it.
Mm-hmm.
And yep, I passed.
You look through, and sure enough, the place is absolutely fucking torn apart. Nothing exists of the old barracks and whatnot. It does look like as if it's being used to hold a couple of crates of recent cargo, by the look of it. More than likely, stuff that these guys brought in from their ill-gotten goods. They probably hoped that they could sell it. But if you remember, they kind of burnt their bridges on that one.
All right, I'm going to wave to everyone in the security office that they can follow me. And I'm going to sneak up and see if I can stealthily peer into the armory.
Right. I imagine Aiki, you're with them? Sorry, Reese? I'll move you over.
There we go. Thank you.
Right, so another stealth check.
I pass.
Alright, you open up, and there's indeed 4 of them there. The lights don't seem to be working, so they're using flashlights on their lasguns. So flashlights on flashlights. He's talking with each other. They seem to be cursing the fact that it's always them who has to go looking for the mutants to get past the turret system. Yeah, they're tearing the place apart. It's obviously not an armory anymore. This place has been picked clean many millennia ago, like literally thousands of years ago.
All right, I'm going to look over to power lines and give him a thumbs up. Kind of expecting some sort of visual signal from him.
Well, we could go in there and try and use Intimidate. Or we could just kill them, but we need to, like, ask these guys or their boss.
Alright, you want me to go up there and charm him, or do we want Reese to intimidate? Because her intimidation, I think, is the strongest.
Hold on, Bard, with the gas command center, is the gas in the corridor there basically blocking it for people trying to go through?
Yes.
Okay.
There may have been 1 or 2 that walked through it not realizing that it was gas.
Well, that's fine. So we basically have these guys cornered, then.
Vera votes for Intimidate because she doesn't like being called a mutie.
Okay. Well, it sounds like majority for Intimidate. So, who all has the Intimidate skill? What's your strength? See who's the highest, and we'll go with them.
I do not.
So am I part of this group here?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you don't have to.
I have Intimidate. Let me check my character sheet here.
Oh yes, I'll have to. I'll leave it be for now, because if we get in combat, we'll leave it, because we are a person down. But I will need to make a token for you at some point. If you have any preferences, go for it. Most of these are stand-ins, except for, of course, Power Lines, who was specifically chosen by you-know-who.
Of course.
It's vital to his character.
Yeah. And since you joined in late, I better put it as well. This map is not to scale. Like this is quite a bit larger than what it looks like here.
All right, that's good to know.
Yeah. If it gets into combat, I will be moving you guys to a different map. So zoom in.
Reese, what's your strength?
33.
Okay, I have 45.
I suspect you are the strongest.
How
I have
about Power
Intimidate
Lines roll?
researched as well.
Pandora's was 41. I remember her saying that before. So you two are the strong ones.
Matt, what's yours with the bonus from it?
Oh yeah, I forgot to use a barbarian.
It's let's see, the bonus is 4. My strength is 42. And then plus 10 for intimidate.
Okay, so in that case, I say Crag goes in there with Intimidate with Reese and Power Lines backing him up to give him another plus 20 on it.
Yes, I'll accept that.
That sound good to you guys?
Vera will just
Yeah,
sounds
I'm
good.
down.
Vera's gonna just glare from a doorway at this guy. She doesn't like being called mutie, so she's just angry, but she doesn't have anything to contribute.
All right,
Right,
Crag.
so-
Here's our motivation. We need their boss to get information out of him.
I don't need no motivation for this. Let's do this. Craig just pulls his great cleaver out and fucking busts on in there. Everybody get the fuck down!
Power Lines will follow in screaming.
Fucking red brown. You need to change your icon to red brown. That's what. Alright, so give me your tests with your bonuses for being a whole group of yelling and screaming psychopaths.
Okay, so this is a plus 20?
Yes.
Alright, so let's see. Roll a 66. That'll be down to 46. With my plus 10, 36, which passes, because 42 is my target.
Excellent. Alright, well, with that in mind, you come running and screaming. That's enough that two of them turn tail and run. The other two, one panics, tries to bring his gun up at you guys. Ends up just falling over on his ass after tripping on some of the garbage on the ground. The other's just frozen in place. By the time his brain kicks back in, it's like, yeah, if he lifts his gun, he's going to be fucking dead. So he continues to just stay frozen.
Well, that's successful. Okay, so how far away is the closest guy to Crag?
From where you are, probably about 5 meters. Which
Okay.
hang on, I'll convert for you, barbarians.
Just
16
stick with meters, because that's what the scale is for our character sheets.
Yeah,
There you
I'm
go.
familiar with meters. I can do that.
16 feet.
I saw a meter once.
I want
Okay,
to
so
want to make a joke about meter maids, but I don't know if that's a thing over there.
okay, so Craig is going to take this opportunity to go ahead and drop his weapon, fucking charge at the closest guy to him, and try to grapple him to the ground.
Alright, strength test. I'll give you a plus 20 because this guy is scared and confused.
Okay. Let's see.
Actually, no, I'll have the one tripping over be the further one from you because this will be more entertaining.
Okay, that's including the plus 20, that'll be a 26.
Yeah, and he didn't pass his own contested test, so you just fucking tackle him to the ground. This is the guy who was standing there frozen. And the other guy, the one who tripped over, yeah, he's not going for his gun because you've got Red Brown and freaking Pixie, the dual wielding psychopath, standing over him, as well as Smeagol and some uppity bitch, and some normal looking dude who's like, yeah, I'm not with these guys. I'm assuming that'd be a shock.
Power Lines is still screaming, pointing his gun at the door. The others fled.
Again, you are Red Brown. You can't convince me otherwise.
Okay, so now that I got that guy on the ground, I'm going to start going ahead and punching him in the face and going, "Who's your boss? Where is he?"
All right. Yeah. Just absolutely terrified, especially as the spittle just sprays on him from the shouting at point blank range. Oh God, my God! He's in the he's in the cargo section. Just don't fucking rape me.
No promises. You stay your ass here.
I would like to suggest that we have our prisoners consolidate at the Western security office.
Be bad to get them all in one place.
No, Craig. The Western security office.
I like that idea.
All right, then. If there are no objections, I'll take the prisoners we have here and escort them to the Western security office, where our comrades in arms will keep a close eye on them.
Sounds good to me.
No objections.
All right, so I'm going to point to the prisoners and have them move ahead of me, and I'm going to guide them into the Western security office, staying 10 or 15 meters back myself.
Mm-hmm. So, right, you're escorting them to the Western security office, the one that's gassed.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Well, the gas is still present because again, no ventilation. So, where was that chart again? I've still got that. Good. Oh, wait, they need to do test first. Both failed. All right. The first one. Where's that chart again? The first one believes he is invisible and wanders aimlessly, making faces at all around him. He waddles around in random directions each round to use. So one of them thinks he's invisible, and he starts to think, "Oh, good, I've got away from them." The second one gets that worms one, the one that he thinks that he's got a worm crawling up his leg. Because I imagine you've taken away his weapons, that means he starts punching at his own leg while screaming, get it off me, get it off me now.
All right, I'm going to rejoin the others now.
All right, don't want none of that.
Any arguments against just charging in the cargo room screaming?
You kidding? That's my preferred way of doing things.
Why don't we have some grenades charge a little bit ahead of us? Unless you're worried about shooting the boss man.
I'm worried about shooting the boss man.
I hate to do this, but because we are going to get into combat, I hate to do this to you, Matt, in particular, because he just got here, but we might have to put a pin on it since we're a person down.
It's all right, man.
With combat situations, like full-on combat, not chasing people down on a bloody lizard. I much prefer if you want to be here. But we can get things done ahead of time. Like if you did want to do an ambush, feel free. Like if you want to try grenading in.
I am in favor of running in and rolling Intimidate.
Yeah, it worked last time. Let's try it again. I mean, if we're trying to keep this guy alive, hucking a bunch of grenades in there probably isn't a great idea.
I mean, we also have more psych out grenades, but we kind of need them to get him without getting gassed ourselves.
While I think about it as well, I should have asked you this before. Jacques, do me an awareness check.
Awareness check. All right, hang on.
Just Jacques.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay. This is why he was coming back from gassing those other two.
Nah, I failed by 2.
No worries.
If we want to keep this guy alive, Vera's also got a web grenade.
If
You
he
guys
tries
wanna
to
trap
run,
him?
that's a good option.
All right, cool.
All right, well, just so I make sure I do this, Craig is going to go and pick up the cleaver he dropped to tackle that dude. I don't want to leave that there.
Well, if we're leaving it here for the next session, I guess Powerlines has not stopped screaming and is still waiting to charge into the cargo room.
Gotta stay psyched up. It's the way to do it.
We're in the moment.
I'm gonna go over to Power Lines and give him a good game.